Fox News alert, the AP just officially called the L.A. mayor's race. Nithya Raman and Karen Bass will officially advance to the next election. So Spencer Pratt is out after initially coming in second place. U.S. Attorney Bill Asalee sounded the alarm on what California accepts as voter ID. Quote, while allowing first-time voters to register using forms of ID like gym membership cards, employer ID cards, credit or debit cards, prescription drug labels, and insurance cards. This is permitted when a voter fails to provide a Social Security number or driver's license at registration. Asalee says the state's stonewalling a federal audit.
For the last year, Harmeet and I have been demanding California hand over its voter rolls for an audit. We believe the rolls are dirty. We have many examples of people voting who should not have voted. California has refused. They're stonewalling, claiming that it would be a violation of their state privacy laws to hand over the data to the federal government. I mean, it's just a completely ludicrous argument. I mean, they're saying things like Social Security numbers would be a violation of state privacy laws to hand over. We issue the Social Security numbers. It's the federal government issues those.
The good news, the governor's race is finally settling in. Hilton's holding steady in second place with 76% of the vote counted. No matter the outcome, California's process is slow, stupid, and frustrating. And they do it on purpose. They could be Florida and give us the winner by bedtime. Fox News alert, the president just gave Israel a final warning. Quote, don't blow up our deal. In the last 24 hours, missiles have been screaming through the Mideast skies, the biggest barrage since the ceasefire. Hezbollah fired a rocket at Israel, and Israel, without giving the White House a heads up, launched a missile into Beirut. They did tell CENTCOM. Then Iran shot off 30 ballistic missiles at Israel, first time in 2 months. The IDF and the United States knocked them down. Trump called Netanyahu, told him to take your finger off the trigger. We're close to a deal. A few hours later, Netanyahu launched a fresh round of strikes against Iran, hitting the capital and a major Iranian petrochemical facility. The president's playing babysitter, told both sides to immediately stop. Last week, Trump told Netanyahu he was effing crazy and effing out of control. And he's why everybody hates Israel right now. The president told NBC Netanyahu needs to tighten it up.
Are you and Prime Minister Netanyahu on the same page?
Yeah, we are. We get along very well. We've been great comrades. We did a very, very big number on a certain country that was nothing but trouble for 47 years. I disagree with him on a couple of things. I'd like to see Lebanon have a better life. I'd like to see a more surgical attack on Hezbollah. I think it should be more surgical.
Netanyahu's trying to lock in gains in Lebanon before an Iranian peace deal. The Israeli people want him to go hard. But Israel isn't a party to peace talks. So Israel keeps spying on the United States, and we keep catching them. The Pentagon just designated Israel as a top counterintelligence threat. Mossad was just caught bugging the phones of top defense officials and eavesdropping on Steve Witkoff. Trump's telling Netanyahu, quote, Bibi, you better be careful or you're going to be on your own very soon. A source told Axios that Trump told Netanyahu a peace deal is days away, but if it falls through, the United States is going to restart our bombing campaign. Trump says he's watching the gay Ayatollah.
Do you know where he is? Do you know how he is doing physically?
I don't want to say whether or not I know where he is, but there's a good probability that I do.
The gay Ayatollah and their nuke sites are being watched by Space Force and spies. And moments ago, U.S. forces busted up a blockade runner in the Gulf of Oman, headed to Iran. The MT Merivex had its engine room blown up by an F-18 Super Hornet. The president wants this over more than anybody, but he's being patient. If it wasn't for Barack Obama, we wouldn't need to be here.
Mr. President, Iran was the closest to developing weapons-grade uranium after you ripped up the nuclear deal because there were no guardrails in place.
They were developing it during the nuclear deal.
Right.
You don't know that? Iran, when Obama signed that stupid deal where he paid them billions and billions of dollars, he thought he could bribe them. Listen to me. They were developing a nuclear weapon. That's how they got there. They got all of this uranium during Obama. You know that, don't you?
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.